Hello everybody. Typical. It's been a lovely morning, and the minute I've sat down to begin filming, it's starting to spit with rain, but we'll stick with it as long as we can, and if it comes down heavy then we'll just have to pack up and start again later. So yeah, as you saw from the title, this is going back and looking at the next steps for my root over rock bonsai from seed. And this one, well, this one isn't so much the root over rock one. This one is where I'd put a group of seedlings in a loose circle with the intention of making a fusion bonsai from them. There's a weed growing there, and hopefully making all these individual trees rather, into one bonsai. So had a parcel come the other day, and I've just crafted this loose cone from the packaging material, which will slot in there quite nicely. I say it will. I know it will because I've already slotted it in once whilst I was crafting it to make sure it actually fitted. But yeah, so that's well, that's a prototype. I'm not entirely happy with it. I think I need something taller, but I think from this I can I've got some chicken wire somewhere, so I think I'll make a taller one from chicken wire, and this can stay in over the winter, and I might even loosely wrap the trees around it once they've lost their leaves, just to give them a sort of form, and then make something taller for them to grow up, and put this entire thing into a larger pot in the spring, put it into a full-size seed tray. So yeah, not much going on with that, but I thought I'd include it and start with this one because it's the boringest one. If you're new to the channel, and you're wondering what on earth I'm doing, there will be a link to the previous video and the end screen of this one, which you can go and take a look, skip forward to the end, click on the link, watch the previous video, then come back and watch this one again. It'll make more sense. Hopefully if you've seen the last one, you'll remember what I was doing. So this is the tall, skinnier rock, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 trees, 9 young ash seedlings planted around this taller, skinny rock. And what I'm going to do now is just remove some of these lower leaves that are in the way, because I want to wrap these trees in a bit tighter to the rock. Okay, so that's all the lower leaves removed, and I'm having to think about some placement of some of these roots. I don't mind a bit of crossover, thusly that might look quite interesting in a final design. Quite nice to have this piece in this position, kind of hugging this notch in the rock, and so on. So I think generally they're all going to go pretty much where I want them to be. Might be nice to spread that one over a little, but at the end of the day I want them all to sort of gather at the top of this rock here. So that's what I'm aiming for. Okay, I think that'll work. Okay, here we go with the grafting tape. Funny old stuff, it's supposed to stick to itself like cling film. And it does eventually once you get it started, but it's quite difficult to get started sometimes. Once again, one of those jobs where you kind of need 3 hands, but that's better. Once you've got it going, then you can wrap it. And basically I'm just trying to wrap the trees in as tightly as I can, getting them more or less into the, the fissures where I want them to be in. Some are cooperating, some are not. But by hook or by crook, we're getting there. It may be that I'll need to tuck something down between the tape and the rock, just to ensure that they're going where I want them to go. This I'm still thinking will be the back of the tree. Once we hit fusion and styling the top. So, but we're very few years off that yet. Come spring, I will probably repot this tree into a bigger pot, just to give them room for some growth. Okay, so I think that's it for this one. As I say, I may just slide something in between, but I've got the roots running where I want them. Let's just zoom in on that a little bit. Bit of shine on there, but hopefully you can see this tree is tucked in into this little fissure here in the rock, and then runs back out again. Of course, the illusion I'm trying to create is that the root has done the exact opposite, that it's a root that has run down the tree into that fissure and then found its way down into the rock. But again, this root is running up into this fissure, and so on. So yeah, that's it for this one. A few crossing bits and pieces, but that's okay. I want it like that, and eventually they should graft together. At that point, that's the plan. Where's Cooper? I hear some of you cry. Well, he's dropped the ball for me by the incinerator there, just out of reach, and he's waiting just there for me to throw it. And he is the most patient dog, and he will wait for ages. Doesn't seem to have the smarts to think if he just put it where I could reach it, I would have thrown it already. Bless him. I love that dog. Okay, so here we've got the lower flatter rock, and again we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 trees. And obviously I'm hoping to get them to a point roughly like so. Maybe 2/3 along the rock in this direction. And that's going to be trickier to achieve than the more straightforward up and down rock that we saw in the last video. Not the last video, the last section of the video. But I think we can do it. I say we, I mean I. Gonna give it a darn good go anyway. So a couple of the trees haven't grown quite as well, so this one's only just making it to the top here. And then of course this one has decided to go like gangbusters up in the air, but that's seedlings for you. Nothing if not individual. So that may affect the tree in later years, but we've got what we've got, and we are where we are. As you can see, I've already removed the lower leaves just to save you the boredom of watching me do that again, and going to try to pull these ones into this position. Tight to the rock here, and then we'll worry about these after. I have kind of a plan for that. So again, it's going to be starting it off that's the tricky part. Trying to ensure that all the trees are tucking in nice and tight, so that they look like they've slithered down the rock as roots, as I said before, rather than grown up as... Okay, so that's kind of working a little. No, I'll come back. I'll go back with my original plan rather than just trying to make something up as I go along. There we go. That ought to hold those reasonably well. This stuff is biodegradable and will eventually rot away. It's what it says on the packaging. It doesn't actually say how long it will take to do that. Possibly over winter, may need to be reapplied in the spring, perhaps. I honestly don't know. Okay, so that's done what I want in terms of these ones. I'm bringing these realistically over the top is going to be more tricky, but I think my plan has some merit. Again, whether I can pull it off with only two hands is another matter. Okay, so my solution is nothing more elegant than a couple of blocks, and I'm actually going to try and wrap the whole thing like so. Okay, so that's kind of working for these ones. Very elegant. Okay, so now I need to try and tuck these others in some, but as this one in particular at the back here has not really grown high enough, it's going to be difficult. I mean, these are going to have to try and do a almost 90-degree bend at this point, so we'll just do what we can for now. Very Keith Robinson, I think you'll agree, but want to squash them up too much because I don't want to exclude light from some of these, but okay, so that will hopefully stay in place for this season, and hopefully won't suffocate some of these trees on the inside. I'll keep an eye, and if I think things are going south, then I can easily snip this off. There's a quick 360. Yeah, I don't know. Will it work? It's a long, difficult question that only time will answer. Am I having fun doing it? Of course I am. I hope you guys are enjoying watching me do it. Even if you're laughing up your sleeves at me, I don't mind. I'm having fun. Thank you all for watching in these trying, difficult times. Please look after yourselves. Stay safe.